I'm Meredith, and I'm a Hope Writer. Before I joined Hope Writers, I would not have considered myself a writer. That was something that did not feel like it was a label that I should give myself. Even though I was furiously writing every time I was at church or on a retreat or just waking up in the mornings early sometimes, I found myself writing nonstop. But I would not have called myself a writer. I felt like there was something that was bubbling up to the surface inside of me that I was trying to uncover, and I knew that the Lord was calling me to do more in the writing realm, but I didn't feel like I was qualified. I hadn't written a book, I hadn't published any articles, but I did know that I wanted to be a writer one day. I first heard about Hope Writers because I was following Emily's blog, and there was something different about her that I just hadn't seen in a lot of authors and a lot of writers. And so I was really drawn in, I think, just by her character and her personality. And through reading a lot of just different bloggers, I just realized, okay, these are people, these are real people. I think that maybe I might have something that I could contribute also. So I kind of started digging into Hope Writers and was a little skeptical at first because, again, I didn't think that I was a writer. I just thought, I write privately. This isn't necessarily something I need to share with other people. But again, there's this stirring inside of me that wasn't going away. It was only getting stronger. And so because I trusted Emily and because I trusted the other people that were kind of starting to join this thing called Hope Writers, I started to see that maybe I could play a role here too. I didn't know if I wanted to sign up for Hope Writers at first. One, because it was a financial investment for sure, and that's something that, we're a full-time ministry and we've got 3 young kids, and just scarcity was kind of a word I felt like kept coming up in my life. I don't have the time, I don't have the money or the resources, but this is something that I'm really interested in. This is something that I do feel like I'm called to do. So when I first jumped into Hope Writers, it was just like walking into a room and everybody was just open arms and warm eyes. And I know that I wasn't sitting right there with people, but in the Facebook group, I could just tell that there was a place for me at the table. One of the things that I think that Hope Writers does so well is just letting people know that you don't have to look a certain way, you don't have to have a certain background, your story doesn't have to unfold just like everybody else's. Thankfully, because we're all made in God's image, we all look differently. And we operate differently in the world. So I just felt like, again, there was just this open arm. We see you and we know you and we want you and your message and your story just to be known by other people. So I think before I joined Hope Writers, my writing life was very private and it was very lonely. It was something that I was just doing to process life and try to wrap my mind around my story and what God was doing in my life. It was very inward focused. And as soon as I joined Hope Writers, I kind of started to look out and look around at other people. And there was a transition in my heart. And I realized, okay, the things that God is cultivating in my heart and the things that I'm writing about privately is actually something that could apply and relate to other people. And it almost, when I started out, it felt selfish to join Hope Writers because it's something that I thought I was doing for myself and something that, I was investing in me personally. But then all of a sudden, I realized through all of the teachings and through kind of the message from the beginning that trickles down, that this isn't about me. This is about other people, and this is about me serving a reader. And then I had to figure out, okay, who is my reader? Who am I actually writing for? And what do I want them to know? How do I want them to experience the hope that I've been experiencing as a result of the things I've been processing through what I've been writing? So the shift turned from myself to other people. And I really wasn't seeing that a lot online in other kind of writing groups and other Voxer groups that I had been a part of. It kind of did feel like, we're trying to elevate my message. But with Hope Writers, I think what distinguishes Hope Writers is we really are trying to be about other people. It's about our message being able to reach others and how we can shed some light in the dark in this world. I think what I've realized more than anything of being a part of Hope Writers is just that I don't have to be qualified. There isn't a formula. No person operates the same. And so that being welcomed and being allowed and me giving the permission to just be who I am and celebrate that and know that that's going to actually be able to impact people in a deeper way than me trying to fit into some sort of cookie cutter and follow, ABC 1, 2, 3, how to do it, because there's not a lot of freedom there. And I think that is really crippling to a writer who already gets stuck in their head a lot and can get in those kind of darker places. Hope Writers has really given me just the freedom to be who God made me to be, and hopefully be able to extend that to other people. I think what I would say to somebody who is on the fence about joining Hope Writers is first that it's worth it. It is not a selfish venture for you to sign up for something that you might enjoy. Sometimes we actually get to do things in life that we enjoy, and then other people get to benefit from that. So if we can reframe and start to think about joining Hope Writers as something that is actually going to love other people well, and that it is not a selfish thing for us to join and do, I think that is huge. And then also, if somebody else was looking into Hope Writers and they are on the fence, I think something that I would tell them is we need other people. We need other people speaking into our lives, and writing can be such a lonely thing. It's something that we can do privately in our homes or in coffee shops with our earbuds in, and we can get lost. And so we need other people, especially people that are different than us, that might be more bold or might be more quiet, or might be just having different experiences than we've had, to be able to kind of cheer us along as we go. I think a lot of times people join writing groups because they want to get published and they have an end goal in mind. For me, that's true. I did want to write a book, and I actually just finished my first book. I started Hope Writers, I guess, whenever it started 3 or 4 years ago, and I did not necessarily have that in mind at the time. I was just kind of, as Emily says, like doing my next right thing and trying to figure out what God had for me in the writing world. And, I finally put myself out there and sent in a few articles that got published, which gave me a little bit of confidence to kind of keep moving. And then I started some Voxer groups with people individually, started meeting up with people in person, in real life. And their voice of truth and reminding me that I could keep moving forward and just see again what God had and what He would have unfold for my writing story has been something that has just kind of blown me away. My name's Meredith McDaniel, and I'm a licensed counselor here in North Carolina. And my goal is to help others taste of the land of milk and honey here on earth, right here where we are, when we feel like we're not enough and we've just had enough, trying to unearth what we already have right in front of us.